or come back to this live stream. This is the third time this has happened. Let me pull up everything just in case. So, you didn't get booted, Jen. I got a phone call, so I caught it within like the second ring, but it still kicked me out of the live and I couldn't get back in. So, unfortunately, when I live stream from my phone, that is the struggle I face. That's why I stopped live stream from my phone. Nobody got booted. Hey, 3 Mama. It wasn't you guys. It was because I got a phone call and my phone... No, it's not you guys. Anytime I'm on a live stream, and I don't know how other people, if they're just using a different phone for their live streaming, but if I'm live streaming from my phone, if I get a phone call, it kicks the live out. And there's been a few times where I've been able to get back into the live when that happens, but most of the time I can't. And that's what's happened today. It wasn't my husband. It was just a spam call, which I can't prevent those from happening. Even though I'm on like the do not call list and stuff, I still get the robocalls. So crappy that happens, because I never know when they're gonna call and it keeps booting me out. But I am almost done for today. No, it wasn't you, Kathy, I promise. So the cup is not dripping as much as it was, but it's still dripping. It's still going. So I'll give you guys an update on each cup and where they're at. And then I'll just probably see if you guys have any questions, and then I'm probably gonna scoot for the rest of the day. Try and get some pre-filmed content done for you guys. I'm gonna move this cup out of the way. And I am just gonna let this one hang upside down. I'm not gonna put this one on the spinner. I'm gonna leave that one as it is. You guys can see the lovely mess that's kind of behind me. Here is this cup, which is actually, it's almost done. The Mod Podge is almost totally dry on this. So I will probably, I have to sneeze. Excuse me. I will probably do this side. I don't know. We'll see what you guys say. I might go ahead and do this side right now. But that is that cup. Our alcohol ink cup. It's looking pretty good. I should have been paying attention to the time that we set this under there, because I don't know how long it's going to be. So I'm just going to have to watch the epoxy on this one to know when it's done to do the next layer. It is still very, very much wet. So that's probably got another 3 hours or so to dry down. And for that one, I don't know if I'm gonna put any decals on it because the colors are a little bit darker. I'm probably just going to do epoxy and mix epoxy with one of these super fine iridescent-y glitters. That way it's a glitter cup, but not put any decal on it. The other cup, you can see it spinning back there. I don't want to have to unscrew it. Some of the orange is coming through a little bit more down at the bottom as it's spinning. I don't know how long this acrylic stuff takes to dry. I saw somebody say it takes like 4 hours to dry. So these probably won't be ready for, if not longer, because I put a lot of acrylic paint on these. So I'm probably not going to mess with acrylic pour cups until tomorrow. I'm probably just going to leave them. But I am going to, the alcohol ink cup will probably be done tonight. This cup is ready for me to, the two-tone cup is pretty much ready for me to do the other side. So I am probably gonna do that with the brown glitter and the Mod Podge. I'm probably gonna do that here in just a minute, and then I'm going to, once I get that done, I'm gonna probably go and do some research and gather some more information for the pre-film videos, the commentary videos you guys are waiting for so patiently. Drop that down there. Yeah, the ink one is really pretty. Let's finish the glitter cup. I mean, if you guys wanna, I don't mind to stay on here while I just put the Mod Podge on and glitter it really quick. That's fine. I do need some room though, so I'm probably going to move the epoxy down. These are my backdrops, 2 of them that I haven't used in a while. I need to iron them is really why I haven't used them. Alright, I'm gonna just take this and hope none of it spills. So, this cup. Yeah, I'll do this glitter cup with you, this next layer of glitter on this cup, and then I am going to get off of here for today. If you guys have any questions or if there's anything you wanted to talk about, now would be the time to ask them. I'm gonna talk with my members and see if they want these cups, if I do more of these live streams, if I do them like this or if I do them differently. Get their input. That's one of the perks of being a member, is you get to put your you get to give me your input on what you think would work or what you guys want. It's the only reason this is a public live stream, because they voted that they wouldn't mind if it was. I don't have my rubbing alcohol, otherwise I would probably wipe this down with my rubbing alcohol, but I don't have it in here and I'm not that worried about it, so I'm not gonna go get it. Yeah, I know it's Friday. I feel like this week went by, when I was at work, I felt like the week was going by super slow. And then once Friday gets here, I'm like, man, this week flew by. I guess it's just my perspective and my attitude towards things that change. All right. Oh no, I went a little bit too far over. That's okay. I think I'm gonna get like a metallic once I'm to the part where I am putting the decals on it. I'm probably gonna put decals along the ends, along the middle that separate the two. I'm probably gonna add that accent. I think I might need to go get the color vinyl I need for that, because the actual text, I haven't decided what color I want the text to be. The text is gonna go on this side, and then the water slide is actually going on the brown side, which I will have to ask the person I'm giving this cup to if they mind if I show you guys the final product. I don't think she will, because I did start to film this and I had told her I was filming it. Clearly the rest of this is not going to be filmed, so I don't even have a video for the Project Junkie channel. I've done a couple of orders for some coworkers for some work shirts, but clearly I can't put those online. So I didn't film that. I did that like last week. So all right, get the bottom here, and then we're gonna, I don't know how thick my other layers of Mod Podge were. This looks relatively thin, but I feel like I've spent the same amount of time on putting this on here as I did the other side. So like I said, this is my first time using Mod Podge, so usually I just epoxy and then glitter over the epoxy. Oh, that's a very pretty brown. It's a very, very rich color brown. And it's super fine, so it's going to, in my opinion, it's going to complement this other side very well. Probably gonna have to oh no, I thought this was gonna happen. There's still plenty. This is what it looks like. Oh man. This is what it looks like on the cup so far. I guess I could have been showing you guys what I'm doing. I have to pick up what's in there to be able to put it on here. So, I open this little bottle. Sorry, I'm not paying attention to you guys. I don't want this, I don't want the Mod Podge to dry too much in between me doing this, so I'm trying to move quickly. This brown is so much prettier than I thought it'd be. Not gonna lie there. I'm gonna do the same thing, just use the piece of paper. It's just a smaller target, so. There's plenty more brown in here. But again, I'm trying to act quickly before this Mod Podge dries. So I'm just gonna take what I have. I'm gonna take the whole stick off and go back over. hope what caught on this piece of paper will be enough to cover the bottom here. Let me knock off what I can so I don't make a huge mess of glitter everywhere. So this is the brown. I have a couple of spots here on the bottom that we need to go back and get. But this is what it's looking like. And there will be a thin stripe separating, so like these, where it bleeds over, won't be known. I will fix that. This side is a lot more straight than the other side. I think it's because I'm rushing before it dries to get this part done. But I'm gonna pour the rest and do one more pass over all of this, and then this will dry. Once this dries, I will do what we did on this side, is I will do another layer of Mod Podge and another layer of glitter. And then once that dries, that's when I will put epoxy on it. And then let the epoxy dry. And once it gets close to the end of the epoxy drying, that's when I will print off the water slide and the decal and put that on the cup. And then one thin layer of epoxy will go over all of it. And then I will send it to its owner. Alright. This fine glitter is a lot harder to wrangle. So, in different crafters, you will see them do this differently. Some crafters will, when they're pouring the glitter on, they'll just make sure they're over a piece of paper. And they'll fold the piece of paper up, kind of like what I'm doing, but missing the step of the Tupperware. The only reason I don't do that, aside from the mess I just made, is because I'm really trying to contain my glitter mess. Because although this office is primarily used by me for my filming and this kind of stuff, my husband has stuff in here too for his hobbies. And his hobbies are kind of, I don't know, he does like RC cars and drones and stuff like that. Pretty sure he doesn't want glitter all over those, so try to contain it. Which, if you've ever played with glitter, whether that be loose pigmented glitter for makeup or you've done your own crafting with glitter, it is darn near impossible to keep this stuff contained. I'm just gonna try and get this in the piece of paper and not everywhere. And some of the bigger chunks of that other glitter that were still clung to the Tupperware did find themselves in here, but overall it's still just brown, so I'm not too worried about it. Threw that away. We're not done yet. I forget. I wanted to do the bottom one more time. Stuck in there. That's exactly what I didn't want to do. Luckily it's okay. So I'm going to just go over the few spots where I can still see the Mod Podge sticking through. Quick pass over everything. There's one little spot right here up at the lip part that I want to, there we tap the edge. So that's what we have. The brown and then the big glitters. So this will dry. I doubt it's gonna take too long to dry, but I'm probably gonna let it dry for an hour or so. And then I will remove this. Then I will do another layer. And then let that dry for another hour or two. I might let it sit for 2 hours just to make sure it's extra dry. And then I will put epoxy over that. I will seal it first. I do have a sealant, a spray sealer. I will seal it all in. And once the sealant is on, if there are any of the bigger chunks sticking out, I will take a little piece of sandpaper and sand those spots down before the epoxy goes on. So that was this. Put that in here. And everything is still going according to plan. I don't know if you guys can see because the ring light really isn't where it's supposed to be, but my hands are covered in glitter, as well as me. I'm covered in glitter. My desk space I've managed to keep relatively clean somehow. These little, if this works out, if once they're dry and I do the epoxy and everything, if it works out and there's not like a crap ton of bleeding and it doesn't like not turn out nicely, you can see the pink cup back there. What is going on with this thing? I will get more of these at Michael's. I got these at Michael's and they have a couple of different sets of these. Like this was the neon set. They had a few that weren't too pricey that have a lot more color options that I might get just to play with if this turns out well. So that ring light's pretty much dead. So we're working with almost zero lighting right now. So, sorry about that. I am just going to try and pick up my mess a little bit, organize my mess a little bit. I'll show you guys this one because everybody likes this one. This is where it's at. So, looking at it, I did forget to, before we did the alcohol ink, I forgot to blow out the bubbles that had developed. And I can see some of those, but hopefully when I put the glitter layer of epoxy over here, you won't feel that, hopefully. But it's looking good. I'm interested to play more with this. Those alcohol inks. I thought since they were from Amazon and like maybe an off-brand that they wouldn't do so well, but those colors turned out very pretty. Hey Jess Britt, how are you? How long does a cup take? It depends on the method that you use on how long a cup will take, but any cup I have made, which I have made a couple, only one do I use, so I can show you one of the cups I made, which I started, it's on, this one's on YouTube except for the final bits of this. I'm pretty sure I uploaded this until I did like this part and I sealed it. I don't think I kept the seal, like, I don't think I filmed the sealing of this cup or adding this, but I added this because, so what happened? This cup is going to get stripped. I just haven't had the time or really sat down to do it, because in order to strip a cup, you either need to have a bag or a large Ziploc bag or a, what is that thing called? A tub that you can seal with acetone. I have acetone. I have everything you need. I just haven't sat down to set it up to do this. So I put the glitter on, and then as you can see the yellow here, as it was sitting, what I decided to do was I was like, oh, let's use some of the alcohol inks that I got after most of the epoxy had dried. You can see that almost every little spot that I blotched it is where it sat. Like, there is no swirl or anything going on that is happening with that cup. I tried to, because I was going to make this like a galaxy cup, which I don't know if I can get up close. You can kind of see how it's holographic under here. So I was trying to have like a holographic top, and then this part flow into it with the bigger chunks, the bigger galaxy chunks. And then I was like, oh, well, to make it more Milky Way, like, I will add some of the white in this pearl to the cup once my epoxy had almost dried. And this is the result. I don't like it. So what I wanted to do is, I've seen on TikTok a trend go around where instead of using water slide paper, which I haven't used, I have some, but I hadn't used it to what is it called? A dupe, so to speak, in makeup terms, is to use white tissue paper. Print off your image on white tissue paper, lay it on, and smooth it out. So that's what this is. Knowing this was a trash cup, I found an image that was slightly colorful and I slapped it on here just to see how it would be. Now, I can tell where it ends, but I also didn't do the best job in like trying to cut out the image closely or anything like that. I just wanted to see if that dupe would work. Clearly it does work. I think with the right kind of image, it would look well with the cup and not be known, but I was just testing it. So this cup needs to be stripped. I just haven't done that. That was one of my cups. I did the gizmo cup for my husband, which he has. And then this was a cup that one of his little nieces wanted to make. And I let her put all the glitter on it, and then I epoxied it, and a lot of glitter is sticking out. And I thought, oh, it won't be that bad once the epoxy's on it and we can sand it down. This has so much sticking up that I don't think I can file this by hand with sandpaper. So next time we see her or we talk to her on FaceTime, I am going to ask her if she wants to redo this cup or if she wants us to try and work with it. Because if we get, my husband might have one, I don't know, but if we get an electric sander, we can probably manage to file everything down and still save it. So I'm keeping this for that reason, for her to make the decision. But this is too jagged. I mean, she's not that young, but this is way too jagged. She would cut herself. So that's sitting under here. Other than that, the only other cup I've done is the one that you guys have seen on camera. The gizmo one I did. And then the Mandapants one that I have, which I use almost every day for work. It's what I put my coffee in. I've just used it yesterday, and I got on here after the morning time, I did have coffee today. I was trying to think if I did. So those are the few cups that I've done. So these are partly experimental. This one, the two-tone one, is not. I pretty much know what to do with that, except the water slide, like putting the water slide on is probably going to be a challenge. But we'll figure it out. I have an idea and it's in motion. Hey, Chloe. No, Kathy, Gizmo is the name of a dog that I had to put down in July. So I made that cup for my husband before I bought everything to make sure that I would be able to maintain any level that we would get in, that I could get a quick turnaround. I made him a cup. So I still have, it's okay. Don't feel bad. It's okay. Not everybody knows about that. I am in the process, and I think I've been filming this dog video for like 2 weeks for you guys. A lot of that is because I wanted to capture parts of their personality, like when I'm telling you guys about them in the video, that I could include the behavior or anything like that. Like I've talked to you guys, and you guys have seen them playing in the background of live streams before. They both do occasionally talk, but it's been hard to catch when they talk, because Paisley usually will, and she's the husky, she will usually only like do a little few mumbles when we first get home. Other than that, she rarely will like talk to us. I got very lucky last night, and I was coaxing Whiskey to talk to me, and she started to chip in. So I actually have like a minute-long clip of primarily Whiskey talking, but her in the background chattering as well. I was waiting for that. I was waiting to catch a few little behaviors that they do to include or have photos of, so when I'm talking about them, you guys can see that. I think I've got almost all of it. The only thing I don't think I have a video of is of Whiskey snoring. And if I don't get that, it is what it is. A lot of people have dogs who snore, so I'm not super concerned about that. So I want to get that done for you guys as well. As the commentary videos, I can always film makeup videos. I know some people don't care about those. So I'm trying to make sure I'm not spreading myself too thin, but I'm still providing you guys what you want, in addition to making sure I'm fulfilling the memberships and what you guys are paying for. Because if you're paying for anything extra, I've said it before, I feel like I owe it to you guys almost more to make sure that I'm fulfilling my side of what you're paying for. Yes, all of the cups come with a lid and a straw. It's at the bottom. It's behind the trash can, so I can't get to it now. I still want to do one other kind of cup. I still want to do a wood grain cup. I want to do like I wonder if he would like that. My husband's into like Star Wars and stuff like that, so I was just thinking, like, as a simple test to see how it would do, if I could do a light layer and then put the Darth Vader, or if he would want a stormtrooper there and have that be the lighter color, and then make the rest of the cup like the darker wood look. I'm gonna ask him if he'd like that tonight, because if he would like that, I will do that with you guys on a different live. I don't know when. I have to have a conversation with a family member of mine to see if they would prefer the Green Bay Packer cups to be the acrylic drip, or if they want like this with just the Green Bay Packer colors, the oil or alcohol inks. I will refer that family member to said live stream for them to pick what method they want. because no matter what it is, thank you, Michelle, for joining. What it is once those are done, she wants them to be girly because they're for all the ladies in the family. I am then going to do a layer of glitter over. That's why this one down here, the one oil one that we did together, or alcohol one we did together, I'm just gonna put glitter over it, and I'm not going to put any kind of decals on, just so I can make sure that it's going to turn out the way I want it to. And I have the colors for the alcohol, not the alcohol, the acrylic pour. I got big jugs of the yellow and green to do it that way, which I think I could do. I'm interested to know if the method of having the color of acrylic in a cup and then using a popsicle stick and drizzling it over while the cup spins, if that would be easier than the actual pour. I also want to try to do that. And I have 2 cups here to try the wood grain and to try the drizzling pour to see if that would be better. So I do have 2 more ideas in practice cups here that I could do. So it's okay, guys. We lost Gizmo in July, so I have a live stream up about it. That live stream's sad to watch, but we're better. We have his ashes. He's here, which in the dog video, I am going to talk about Gizmo, and I am going to talk about Chewy. And I don't even talk about Chewy on here very much, but he was our first dog that we got, and he was my protector. So he's a hard one for me to talk about. But we have, I have pictures of almost all of them. I'm not good at taking pictures. So like I'm having to pull pictures from like other places, ask my husband to send me pictures that he has, because I am not good at taking pictures. I forget. I get too wrapped up in the moment. I also am somebody who doesn't like my picture to be taken. A lot of that is due to the weight gain though. So what man isn't into Star Wars? I know, right? I should move the laptop so I'm not like staring off. Looks like I'm staring off into the abyss. Teach me how to do the cups. Is that what you're asking? So nobody really taught me. I saw it online and I was like, oh, that's really cool. I bet that's not that hard to do. Which that's not necessarily the best attitude to have, but it is how it happened for me. I was like, that doesn't look too hard to do. And then I found out my sister-in-law had started a business selling like glitter cups and things to do with a Cricut, because Jake and I are the ones who told her about the Cricuts and like what they could do, because I had made some clothing for my mother-in-law. And my sister-in-law had seen it and she asked about it, and I told her, I was like, oh, I have a Cricut. I just cut the vinyl. I get the iron-on vinyl. I iron it on the clothes, and I was telling her about all these things, and she was like, oh, that's cool. And I guess she's more crafty than I am, and she had seen some TikTok stuff, and so she just decided to go all in it, and she was like, I'm just gonna like open up a shop, and like as I get orders I'll make stuff. That's what she did, and she started to get more orders, and then she's been going to school full-time, and then she started working full-time, and the job that she got is a little bit more demanding than she thought it was gonna be. So she was running out of time, and I heard her talking to my husband on the phone when we were driving somewhere, and how she was just like running out of time, and she was starting to get overwhelmed because she was still getting orders and she was having a hard time fulfilling the orders. And I was like, oh, well, what are you doing? Like, what all are you doing? Because if it's something simple, something I can learn, I will help. And that's when we had the conversation, and I was just like, okay, well, I'll come in, I'll buy my own stuff to do it. And if there's orders that come through that you think I can do, I will do them. You just send them to me and I will do them. She hasn't sent any my way, but I have put it on my channel, and I have promoted the second channel, which doesn't have very many videos because I haven't filmed a video for that channel since I've gotten my better equipment. So those videos aren't even of that good quality, but I've pushed that stuff, and I'm pretty sure she's gotten a few orders here or there from that. I wear clothes, not on stream, I don't, sometimes I do, but I wear clothes that I have made that people ask me about, and then I'll get an interest that way. People have seen my cups, so I'll get friends or coworkers to ask about it, and I'll make them cups. So is it a business? Pretty much. It's just because we both work full time and have other stuff going on, we really haven't dived totally into like just promoting the business and making the business our sole, either one of our sole ways of living, if that makes any sense. Yeah, Kathy, I definitely understand. So I don't make the actual clothing, but I can print things and iron them onto clothing. Typically what I stick to are like names or sayings. I don't do like what is it called? The heat transfer stuff. I don't do heat transfer. I don't have a machine press, a shirt press to do those. So a lot of the clothes that I make are like cute sayings that people find. Like oftentimes if you like go to TJ Maxx or Home Goods, or you're on Amazon and you're looking for like cute furniture or cute sayings for your office, I can put those in almost any font and put them on a shirt. I can put them on a canvas for you. I can make those for, depending on where you're looking at buying them, it's going to be a whole heck of a lot cheaper from what I charge people than from getting it at TJ Maxx or Home Goods. You can buy some of those things for even like the small little ones are like 15, 20 bucks. I typically don't charge that much for my stuff. It really depends on the amount of time and what I'm doing. And I haven't had to ship anything, but once I start shipping stuff, like shipping costs will be included and figured into your cost. What are you guys doing? The dogs are starting to rustle. After like 2.5 hours, they're starting to get fidgety, and I'm pretty sure one of them just pushed the gate out of the way, or she's trying to. I don't know if you guys can see her. If you guys can see them through the gate. Paisley, you see her pushing it? She can actually jump that without a problem. There they are. What are you guys doing? They know that they're not really supposed to be in here. We don't get mad at them, but we prefer them to not be in the front half of the house. And the primary reason for that is because they both will run. If the front door is open, they will both run. Won't you? Yes. All right, guys. Well, these guys need to go outside. I'm kind of at a stopping point with everything for right now. So I will be posting to the members on if they want another one of these, if they enjoyed them. You guys can let me know on the community tab that I put up yesterday. If you guys as the public enjoyed these, I will be open to doing more of these live for you guys, but it's up to you. It's always up to everybody else, what you guys want. If I'm doing it anyways, I don't mind turning a camera on for you. Kathy, I probably can. I don't want to confirm absolutely without knowing the amount that you need and when you would need. I see you're saying by September, but depending on the amount that you would need is going to depend on that. So if you want, if you're interested, you can reach out to me via Instagram or Twitter or even in my email address and tell me what you're needing, and we can have a conversation if it's something I can do, and we can talk about stuff like that. But I am going to go ahead and shoot off so I can let them out, so I can continue to do some research and stuff for the other videos you guys are asking for. I appreciate you guys taking the time you have today to sit with me while I crafted. It's been an interesting and fun way to spend my day that I had to do anyways. Aside from the technological issues we've had along the way, I feel like it's been a pretty successful day. So, with all of that, I hope you guys have a good rest of your Friday, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.